1950s to 60s Australian furniture focusing on the husband and wife partnership Grant and Mary Featherston. Grant Featherston was an industrial designer and Mary Featherston is an interior designer. The Featherstons worked in close partnership as interior designers over several decades, contributing to the design industry with critical furniture innovation, taking Australia into the light in the worldwide design industry. Grant was most famous for his furniture designs, which include chairs, lounge chairs, tables, and higher-tier comfort couches. Grant Featherston was born in 1922 in Geelong, Victoria, died in 1995. He studied architecture at the Gordon Institute of Technology, Geelong, 1938. Self-taught, he designed lighting and glass panels before serving in the army from 1940s to the 1944. Returning home and begun to design and construct furniture, obtaining many design awards for innovation. Grant was one of the first members of the Society of Designers for Industry, the forerunner to the Design Institute of Australia. Mary Featherston was born in 1943 in London, migrating to Australia in 1952, studied interior design at RMIT, and is well known for her furniture collaborations with her husband. Mary was inducted into the Design Institute of Australia Hall of Fame in 1996. Currently, she is the adjunct professor in the School of Architecture and Urban Design at RMIT University. Modernism, modernity, and modernization found in their design. The contour chair was made in 1951. Explores the use of modernism through the cutting-edge design and methods and techniques, utilizing common materials such as plywood to create a new, unique furniture that breaks the times conventions and constructions for everyday furniture. Materials: formed plywood, hardwood, horsehair wadding, rubber latex, and upholstery fabric. The Scape lounge chair was made in 1960, utilizing modernity by looking past the practical uses of the lounge chair and follows a creative and Art Deco visual aspect. The design clearly illustrates the use of unique techniques for morphing plywood to produce an eccentric yet natural curvature, aligning the curves of the human body and the curves of the chair. The use of materials for weight, strength, visual, and comfort, seeming to reconstruct the thought of cushioning to create comfort and replacing it with smart flows and arcs. The use of modern materials and techniques. The contour chair. Materials are formed plywood, hardwood, horsehair wadding, latex rubber, upholstery fabric. The key techniques for Grant's most famous chair can be found with the formed plywood, by cutting out the shape of the chair on a flat piece of plywood and then forming it by using a mechanical press and water to mold this flat piece into a concaved and bowed piece that resembles the final skeleton of the chair. Using the horse wadding for a thick and spongy cushion lining, held in place by the upholstery fabric and buttoned down. These materials were easy to come by, and the hardwood legs have similar strength to metal legs. The techniques of forming and shaping the plywood was key to reduce the time of production and costs. The oboe chair used new techniques that redefined what a chair could be, removing the base and using experimental materials such as molded resistant polyethylene foam, polystyrene beads, upholstery fabric. Techniques for which the resilient polystyrene foam was shaved and molded to gain the main form of the outer chair, allowing space for the polystyrene beads, which would be the soft and adjustable cushioning for the chair. These new techniques and materials gave the design a unique and outstanding form. It can be typically said that modern design principles follow a focus of form and function, and not overly follow a focus of heavily decorative and/or flashy designs that traditional and older design principles follow. Modern design recognizes the value of minimalistic and simple forms of design that does what is designed for and holds timeless applications and visuals. The contour television set. This design has clear modern design applications compared to other Featherston's designs and the other designs of the time. The contour television set focuses deeply on form and function, clearly removing the overly decorative applications of the older traditional designs of the time, removed even the decorative buttons that hold smooth and flowing form and function. Shape basic colors, making it minimalistic, focusing on function over decorative applications. How does their work promote the ideas of modernism and modernist design, especially that of good design for social change? Grant Featherston's furniture designs were typically constructed by using materials and methods to make it easier for production. Using easily accessible materials helped with production time and cost. Using a mix of experimental materials for the time gave the designs a unique and innovative furniture, redefining the forms and materials used in comfort and decorative functions. Good design for social change has three principles to be considered: agency, access, and action. The items designed are used every day through the practical use of furniture. Being a quite popular brand at the time, these pieces of furniture were successful in sales. In recent times, these pieces have increased in value and is considered a high-level collectible art, reaching high prices and limited availability. Ciro Bergonzi is an Italian architect and industrial designer. He is currently working on a collectible furniture that involves large amounts of handcrafted techniques, utilizing the wide range of applications of hardwood. Focusing on his furniture designs, the Manta Type C, one of his first designs that rightfully incorporated the flow of a manta ray, using leather and metal. Whereas his new products involve 100% hardwood, such as the Ram 23, which, similar to the Manta, is focused on the appearance of the ram and its horns. The natural curves have been created by shaving, chiseling, and sawing at the hardwood. Handcrafting every piece gives each one a unique design. Ciro Bergonzi's designs connects to the concepts of Grant Featherston's designs through the use of experimental design elements and unconventional flows and curves that fashion a comfortable place for the human body to sit in. Following the functional design elements over the decorative appearance, yet holding a clear amount of design thinking and creation. His designs incorporate similar curves and rolls as the contour chair, one of Grant Featherston's famous pieces. It can be seen that the early time of design for Grant Featherston's was post-war. In fact, quite close to the end of the Second War, making materials more expensive and unavailable, as a clear side effect of the Depression felt from Australia, making design for the mass-produced furniture a possibility through the use of inexpensive materials and innovative techniques, and a design that removed the unnecessary and overly decorative furniture and replacing it with slick designs that focuses on form and function with appealing visual appearances using limited variety of materials. This research project explores the work of Grant Featherston, arguably Australia's most significant modernist designer, and his partnership with Mary Featherston, with insight into the innovative techniques Grant used to develop a highly sophisticated and productive furniture range that boasts modernity, modernism, and modernistic design.